Hi friends, Stephanie here, and I'm back with more movie chatter. And what I have for you today are 10 films that truly scared me. Now, I don't scare easily. I think I'm kind of immune to it because I've watched horror my whole life, and it really takes a lot to scare me. But if something scares me, it's because usually it's because the theme of the movie plays on certain fears that I have within myself, and these are things that I feel like I am terribly afraid could happen to me. So I'm just going to get into it with my first one, and this one stars Ryan Reynolds, and it's called Buried, and this is probably my biggest fear ever. He plays a truck driver. He's working in Iraq, and something happens and he is knocked unconscious, and he wakes up and he is buried alive. He's in a coffin. All he has, I think, is a lighter and a cell phone. And these people are contacting him, telling him that they are trying to get to him to save him. And this whole film is shot inside this coffin where he is buried. And it's just the claustrophobic nature of the film. It's just overpowering. I felt like something was sitting on my chest the entire time. I can't watch this film without having that same visceral reaction. It's amazing, and it's amazing what a good movie it is, considering it's all shot in one location with one person and then a voice on the other end of the phone. But whew, if you want to sweat it out and you're claustrophobic, watch Buried, because you'll never be the same. And Ryan Reynolds is fantastic in this one. So Buried is my first one. Now the second one is a remake, but I saw the remake before the original, and I don't really hear a lot of people talking about this one. It's called The Vanishing. It stars Kiefer Sutherland and Sandra Bullock, and like I said, I believe this one is from 1993, but it's a remake of a Dutch film from 1988. And what we have is Kiefer Sutherland and Sandra Bullock are a couple. They are on a road trip. They stop at a rest area to get food and snacks and gas, what have you. And Sandra Bullock goes missing. His girlfriend goes missing, and I think her name is Diane. And the rest of the movie is Kiefer Sutherland's character trying to retrace the steps, or trying to find out what happened to her. And Jeff Bridges is absolutely horrifying and terrifying in this movie. He is such a psychopath, and all I can say is just follow along and you will be amazed at where the story takes you. But this was something that I saw at a time when I was doing a lot of traveling. I was traveling with friends, riding motorcycles, doing the whole thing. We were going around the country, so stopping at a rest stop was no big deal for me. But to know that you can be there one minute, gone the next, and the people that you're traveling with have no idea what happened to you or how to find you, that's absolutely terrifying. This is one of my worst fears, other than being locked in a coffin. This horrified me. So I think The Vanishing is a really great movie. We also have the original. This is part of the Criterion Collection. It is spine number 133. I believe it is still in print. So I thought this original was the better movie, but because I saw the remake first, this one affects me way more than the original. But I think the original is a fantastic movie. So either way, try to pick up one of these or see it, because The Vanishing, it's a good one. It's a heck of a ride. It's a roller coaster the whole way. You never know what's going to happen. Now this one, I think this one scared a lot of people, and it is a Wrong Turn. Now this is the 1 through 5 series, but it's really the first one that got me. And we have this group of friends. They're going off on a vacation, road trip. They end up and they take a wrong turn. They end up on a wrong road. They're in the backwoods. There's nothing around them. They are just isolated. They have no idea where they are. They have no idea where to go. And people start shooting arrows at them from the woods. And they have no idea where they are. They have no idea where they're coming from. And I thought this first one was absolutely terrifying. It's horrifying. And they're trying to find a way out. They're trying to find a phone. They're trying to find help. Obviously, it was before cell phones. This is terrifying. So all I can say, I don't know, this might not scare you, but this scares the bejesus out of me. Wrong Turn, at least the first one. And they uncover some interesting things, so be ready. But I thought Wrong Turn was really scary. Now this one I have talked about before. I underestimated this one. You would think that there wouldn't be anything really scary about this, and I don't know why it scares me so much, but it's so effectively done. It's brilliant, and it's called Host. And this is the movie that was done during the pandemic. I believe it's 65 minutes. 65 minutes will change your life if this gets under your skin the way it got under mine. What we have, and like I said, it took place during the pandemic. So they really captured that moment that we were all separated and we were really contacting each other through, Zoom, FaceTime, video calling, things like that. And what we have is a group of friends who are sitting home and they're bored. They decided to do a seance. They invite a medium in. The medium gives them the rules, and then she loses her Wi-Fi connection and she kind of drops off the call. When she drops off the call, some of the girls start, screwing around, and they break some of the rules that the medium gave them. And when the medium comes back, all I can say is all hell breaks loose, and this scared the crap out of me. This surprised me. I underestimated it. That was my mistake, because this is such a great movie, so well done, so effective. Whatever they did, it got me, and it gets me every single time. Just watch The Host. Don't watch any trailers or anything like that. Give it a look. It's only an hour of your life, and you will be surprised how effective this movie is. It's so good. The Host. Okay, and this next one is another one that I saw the remake first, and it's James McAvoy in Speak No Evil. I saw this one. I didn't know that it was a remake, but I thought it was very good. I really did enjoy this movie, and when I heard that it was a remake, I wanted to find the original, which I did. Totally different story, totally different vibe with this one. And this original one, Speak No Evil, is now available from Arrow Video. If you can pick it up, pick it up. It's a Dutch film. Again, same title, Speak No Evil. And what it is we have two families that are on vacation, and they kind of hit it off, and they're hanging out on vacation, very casual. And the one family is really a lot more assertive about maintaining or developing this new friendship with the family that they meet on vacation, and they're trying to get them to hang out with them every night. And there's certain things that happen that are red flags that when we first meet people, we kind of ignore it, and we figure, what, it's a vacation, just let them do what they want to do, and it's never going to affect us, we're never going to see them again. So they kind of ignore all these red flags about these people. And at the end of the vacation, the family who's a little on the bizarre side, they invite them casually to come and visit them at their home for a weekend. And they say, yeah, maybe we'll do it. Long story short, they end up visiting them at their home. And once they get there, they find out they should have watched out for those red flags, because this is a wild, wild ride. And all I can say is the ending of this movie is an absolute gut punch. It is way more effective and terrifying than the remake. But this is one of those situations that you never know. People are wild, and you meet them on vacation and you think, what, these are our vacation friends, and you kind of ignore all the signs that you really need to be in tune with. And I'm always afraid of meeting new people, because you never know, are they showing you who they really are? And there's a saying, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. But it's very easy to kind of let things slide and just ignore the things that you don't want to really believe could be true. And do they find out the hard way? You need to watch out for red flags. So if you're like me and you're a little apprehensive about meeting new people, check out Speak No Evil, and it'll just make it 10 times worse. But it's really good. And if you don't like subtitles, watch the remake with James McAvoy, because it's really, really good. Now, this one, it doesn't scare me as much now, but the first time I saw this one, it scared the life out of me and the people that I was watching it with. And it's the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, the original one didn't really scare me. I didn't find it scary. I thought it was very good. It's very important for the horror genre. It was one of those films. It's just one of those films that's always going to be in the, the top 3, the top 5 of the big ones that we talk about when we talk about, films that change the genre. And this one is, I believe, from 2003, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the remake is from 2003. It stars Jessica Biel. And it's the same, basic story, except this one, it just takes it to a new level. It is brutal. It is bloody. It is terrifying. The people in this, Leatherface is relentless. His family is relentless. This has so much more gore and tension, and dare I say, almost torture, mental torture and physical torture. And the first one, the original one, didn't really have that. There wasn't a lot of gore. it was more atmosphere in the first one, but this one scared the life out of me. We watched it at night, and afterwards one of my friends had to let her dog out. None of us wanted to go outside with her to let the dog out because we were all so just shaken by this movie. I really didn't expect this remake to outdo the original as far as scaring me. This truly, truly scared me. And to this day, I do think it's a brutal story. And I do think it's a really, really one of the best remakes in horror history. I think it's fantastic. So the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, if you want to be scared and the original didn't scare you, this will do the job. So check it out. Okay, another one of my personal fears is home invasions. And nothing captures that to me like The Strangers. I remember seeing this for the first time and it affected me for at least a year. I spent a year after watching this running around my house in the middle of the night with a baseball bat every time I heard the slightest little bump in the night. And what The Strangers does that's so effective, you have a couple that's out they're out in the woods, they're in a cabin, it's like 3 or 4 in the morning, there's a knock at the door, it's someone they don't know, asking for someone they don't know, and then they end up being terrorized by these 3 people who are out in the dark somewhere. They don't know why they're there, they don't know what they want, they don't know what they're trying to do, but they are absolutely traumatizing and terrorizing these people. And home invasions, it's just one of my biggest fears. I live in a very remote area. It's very dark around my house. Like I'm telling you this on the internet, so come and get me. But really, it's always been one of my fears since I lived in this house. And this one is so effectively done. It is so unnerving. The entire movie, you feel like you can't even take a breath. And there's the one scene, the kitchen scene, if you know, you know, it gets me every single time. To this day, it gets me. And I think one of the things about The Strangers that is so effective is that it's the randomness of it. They just kind of knocked on the door and we find out the reason they did it is because the people were home. They were there. And that is absolutely terrifying, that somebody would come to your home in the middle of the night, terrorize you all night just because you were there, just because. That is absolutely horrifying to me, and that's why The Strangers will forever be one of the films that truly, truly scares me. And this next one, I think this is universally a scary film. I know there's going to be people that say, oh, it didn't scare me, it never scared me, and that's fine, but it scared a lot of us, and that is The Exorcist. And you have a little girl played by Linda Blair who becomes possessed. She's possessed by the devil. Her mother calls the priest in to do an exorcism. And we all know where it goes. If you've seen it, you know, and you know why it's one of the scariest, known as one of the scariest films of all time. But I remember seeing this very young and I couldn't watch it for years because I was so affected by it. But I think this is so well done. The practical effects are amazing. They did such a great job. The story's great. The acting is great. The practical effects are on point. Everything about this movie is horrifying from beginning to end. And to this day, even though I can watch it, I still find it to be a terrifying concept. But this is a really great film and will forever go down as one of the scariest films of all time. And I've talked about it before, but there is a Shudder series called Cursed Films, and one of the films that they do is The Exorcist. And they do talk about how the people, the actors that were in the film, they were also affected by the film and the things that happened and their commitment to their roles. They were all really affected by what happened in this film. So it's not just us, it's the people that made the film as well, and they did a darn good job with it. So The Exorcist, one of the scariest films of all time. And this next one, whew, this one gets me too. This is a Wes Craven film. There is a remake, but this is the original, and it is The Hills Have Eyes. I mean, who is not terrified when they watch The Hills Have Eyes? It is such a creepy, unsettling, horrifying movie, but of course we're going to watch it because we want to be scared. We have a family who's on vacation. They have an RV and a car, and I think it's the car that breaks down, but they have taken a road and they're in the desert, and it is a non-public road. There's no public access because it's some kind of a testing area and they're really not supposed to be there. But what ends up happening is they break down while they're there, and there is no hope that anyone is going to come and save them because there's no public access. So it's not like you can flag someone down on a highway. So some of them take off, or one of them takes off looking for help. The rest of the family is left behind, and they start to get hunted by these people that are living in the hills, and they are absolute savages. It is just a savage movie. And look at this. I mean, come on. Imagine he rolls into your RV when you're broken down on the side of the road. This terrifies me every time. And like, anytime I think about being in a situation where you really don't know what or who is around you, I'm thrown. It just throws me every time. And The Hills Have Eyes, it gets me every single time. It's a banger. I love that movie. And then this last one, it scares me for a lot of reasons, but I think it's a fantastic film too. I love it. It is Session 9. And I think more people should be talking about this film because it is fantastic. And what we have is we have a group of people who are hired to remediate a building. I believe it's filled with asbestos. Unfortunately, this real building, has been knocked down because it was condemned, but I would have loved to have visited it. But anyway, they're hired to remediate the asbestos from this building, and it's an old closed asylum where they would house mentally ill people. And what happens is they come across these tapes, and they're sessions of tapes with the patients, and they start to like see visions and imagine things are happening, and it really does start to make the building be a character in the movie, because this building has secrets and it has stories to tell. But what really gets me, because I do believe that homes and buildings and things where maybe traumatic things or horrifying things have happened, I believe that buildings can hold secrets and stories, and the energy is there. And now I'm going on a different tangent, but I do believe in some of that, not all of it, but some of it. But what really gets me about this is there are parts of it that are just so claustrophobic, and so like you just feel like the walls are closing in on you, and I felt like I couldn't breathe while I was watching it. And you really have to watch this movie to understand what I'm talking about, but I am extremely claustrophobic, and when they were investigating the building in certain parts, I just felt like I couldn't breathe. Between the visions that they were seeing and the places that they were going, I couldn't breathe through most of this movie. But I think it's a very effective movie, very well done, scares the life out of me, and I love it. I love it to death. So if you haven't seen Session 9, put it on your list, and you're going to be unnerved. You're going to be unnerved through most of this movie, and you're going to get a heck of a good story out of it. So those are 10 movies that actually scared me. And like I said, fear is subjective. So what scares me may not scare you, but I think there are some things that universally scare people. Enclosed spaces, being buried alive, home invasion. I think those are all legit scary things. So hopefully you found some movies on here that will pique your interest, and maybe you'll want to check them out if you haven't seen them. Maybe you've seen them all and they don't bother you at all. But I had a good time doing this. I hope you enjoyed it. I have a very busy week planned. Go over and check out the community post section on the homepage of the channel. I have the whole week schedule there. You can see what we're going to do. But it's going to be a fun week. We're rolling into Halloween, so I'm having a good time, and I have a lot planned for you. So thank you for watching. I want to thank each and every one of you. You know I appreciate all of you, and I'm going to be back tomorrow. I have a video for you tomorrow, so that's going to do it for me today. I'm going to go upstairs, rescue Pickle from her crate, and move on with the day. So for now, that's a wrap.